This is my term project for mobile application development, and I chose to do a Pokedex application. So if you're unfamiliar with the Pokemon television show or the video game, the Pokedex is a device used in that show and game to give the user information about Pokemon. So there have been book versions and online versions that can give game players statistics as they're playing the game. So this is a mobile version of that. To get all the data about each Pokemon, I used an API called Pokedex, and they have all the information about moves and all the Pokemon from all generations. I decided to stick to just the original 150 because getting past 700 would be a pretty large local database. So as you can see in this sample API call, there is a ton of information, and I did not need all of that. So instead, I created some JavaScript files external to the Android application that requests the data and only take the relevant pieces that I need and create smaller JSON files, and those are kept in the asset folder of the application, and that is loaded into the database and used by the application. So the Pokemon database schema I'm using is pretty simple. Most of the data is just, or all of the data is Pokemon and the moves that they learn. So the two main tables are the Pokemon data and move data, and since that is a many-to-many relationship, there is an extra bridge table in between that combines the two and makes it a less redundant database. So this database is local to the device, and when the user first opens the application, all the data is inserted, and on subsequent uses of the application, it will check to see if the tables are empty, and if they aren't, then it skips creating the database. So onto the demo. To skip the entire building process, this is what the app looks like when it is first opened. There is a list of all 151 of the original Pokemon, and this is done using a recycler view and a card view in the Pokemon item layout. And each of the images comes from the drawable folder. These all had to be manually downloaded, but they were named so that the naming pattern is the letter P and then just the ID, so the file names can be kept and generated from the API call when it gets the ID, so that way in the database the file name is there and it will select the correct image. If you click on an entry, it will go to the detailed view of that Pokemon with the image and name, and then also the statistics, the description, and another recycler view list of all the moves that it learns and at what level. There are previous buttons to navigate to prior Pokemon, as well as a next button so you can go back and forth, and the back button is to get to the list view again. And there is also a search function, so you can search by name, and as the string changes in the text field, it will filter down the results to only the matching names. And you can click on them and it'll go to the correct one. And that's about it. Thank you so much.